Yo guys, so I just came back from vacations. I was at my cousin's crib, and while I was there, I made this really insane beat, and I decided to break it down today. By the way, all the drums, all the melodies are going to be available inside of my Lost Files drum kit that I was supposed to drop the 6th of July, but sadly, since I was at my cousin's crib, I couldn't make the drums, I couldn't make the melodies, and I also couldn't basically make my kit. So I had to move the drop to the 4th of August, and because I'm moving the drop and I'm super late on my work, I'm gonna give you a ton of surprises, ton of shit coming out for free, ton of things on my website. Hope you're gonna be ready. So yeah, be there the 4th of August. Be ready to cop my new Lost Files drum kit, and also all the other surprises that I'm gonna give you that are gonna be available inside of my YouTube channel, Instagram, and also TikTok account. You're gonna see basically there's gonna be a ton of things, ton of surprises. This is gonna be lit. Hope you're ready for the drop, especially next week. There's gonna be a ton of surprises next week, guys, so stay tuned for that. Enough talking about my kit, let's get to the breakdown. Remember how last month we went to Louisiana, more specifically to Baton Rouge? Today we're flying to Michigan and we're going to Detroit. So let's get to the first element. So the first thing we have is an E piano from Serum. Right there, it's the factory E piano. It's this one, the ballad FM that you want to take. And for the chords, they're pretty simple. We're only revolving on one chord, as you can see. This is the basic chord that we're using, and now I'm just going to use the bass note. So this is how you do this chord progression. So we're at 180 BPM and we're in the key of C minor. And talking of C minor, what you want to do is build a C minor chord. So you want to take your C there, C notes, as you can see. If you have your scale right there, you click here, view, scale highlighting, the minor, natural, Aeolian, this one, and then take your notes, so C. Once you're like this, you have light colors here and gray colors. The light ones are the one in the scale. All those notes are in the scale. So what you want to do is skip place, basically placing the root note first. Then you're going to skip one note in the scale, place it, skip one note in the scale, place. Boom. But let's say that you don't have the scale highlighting feature. What you can do is for a minor chord, so usually minor chords, they sound emotional, dark, and major chords sound much more happier. So for a minor chord, what you want to do is skip 2 place and skip 3 place. Let me show you. So let's say that you don't have the scale highlighting feature like this. What you want to do is skip 2, so 1, 2, and place, 1, 2, 3, and place. And there you have the same chord that I showed you earlier. Let's drop it down 1 octave. Sounds, you know, it sounds dark and everything. It sounds really good. And then to make a really basic trap pattern chord progression, what you want to do is copy that chord like this. You want to copy it, and then this note you want to bring it down 1. If I show you in the scale now like this, as you can see, it's still on the scale because I use the root notes, then I go to the second, then I go to the third. That's why this chord still sounds good. So then you go from this one to this one, and as you can see, this one sounds much more darker. It sounds really dark, horrific, some kind of, you know, it sounds dark, spooky. Sounds spooky, you know. So then once you have this, you want to create some rhythm. That's the part where you want to create rhythm. And for this, what I usually do is you want to take the 3rd step. So this is the 1st step, this is the 2nd, this is the 3rd, this is the 4th. You want to take the 4th step, you want to cut this one, you want to remove it like this, and then you want to take the chord that is after the 4th step. So this is the 4th step. You want to take this chord here, take it here so that it, you know, they stick together. The fuck? And then just want to take this one and bring it here so that it completes the entire pattern like this. And there you have some rhythm. Once you have this, you just want to take your bass note and copy them 1 octave down. And again, that's because we're gonna play in C6, which is pretty high, but because I already had an idea to use halftime for this, that's why we're playing the chords really high. But usually you want to play them in the 5th section here, so C5. 5, make them a little bit more, you know, less lighter. Here they're too much bright. They're too bright. Okay, they're too bright. But it is gonna go well with the halftime, so that's why it's a little bit more lighter. So once you have your chord like this, you want to take this note here, the higher note here. You want to take it here, you want to take it, copy it, and bring it down 1 octave down like this. So it makes it a little bit more fuller in the bass notes or in the middle notes like this. As you can see, it really sounds good. And then just want to copy, like copy and paste, boom, boom. We have a 4-bar pattern here, and here we have the 8-bar pattern, but it's not done yet. So we're gonna take the chord, copy it like this, but then we're gonna change the bass note. For it to sound good, we just need to experiment now with the bass note, because you gotta change them. You cannot follow the same thing all over again. So I just took this chord and I used the G sharp here, and then it goes back to G here. And just want to copy it down again like this, and then you have this chord. Sounds really dark, I like it. And then just add some, you know, just add a bit of variation, a bit of rhythm, and should end up with something like this. As you can see, just here, really simple rhythm, just 2 notes playing. Really basic chord progression. We want to stay basic because we're gonna use halftime to, you know, change it a little bit. There's a free version of halftime, guys, that you need to get. This is Cymatics Deja Vu. You know what? I'm gonna use my French accent. Cymatics Deja Vu plugin. They can get. It's a really nice plugin. It's halftime basically, but for free. And for this one, just want to use the 1 bar here. Just let the fade in like it is and the fade out same. Smooth, you want to put it to 100%, so you know it's smooth.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
And then the low cut, make sure that you bring the low cut about here. Just remove the low section here, because if you lay it like this, the bass notes are also gonna be inside of the filter, and that's not what we want, because it's gonna clash with the bass, it's gonna clash with other elements, and it's not good. Then you also want to bring down the mix, so you know it just sounds good if you put it down. And then put on the lows so it doesn't clash, but on the highs so it doesn't clash with anything. And then just a fresh air. So fresh air is a really good plugin if you want to have a little bit more high frequencies in your thing without them clashing with each other. And that just sounds really good. It's a free plugin, guys, that you can get from I don't know which company, but fresh air, really nice plugin. It's free, and you just boost the high hair to 20%. This is how the chord sounds like basically. As you can see, it sounds really nice. Then I just used another pad. It's the pad from Expand 2. Instead of the bright pads, it's the glitter pad plus. A really nice preset that sounds really good. And as it says in the name, you have, you know, some high frequencies, basically a shimmer high frequencies that I really love. And you just copy the chord progression and you paste it here. For the mix, I brought up the high frequencies because they sound really good, and a bit of mid frequencies. Then for the EQ, brought down the lows, brought down the mids. So brought down so it doesn't clash with anything, but brought this up so it can shine through the mix, so you can hear it basically. And then just sweat it out. This is how it all sounds like. As you can see, it sounds really good. The only problem is that it's not perfectly on the grid, so you need to add a plugin that is gonna make it sync with the beat. And then we have a bass from Omnisphere, which is the bass that I love to use for any beats, literally any style. It works really nice. It's the Oscar Bass 1 preset. This is how it sounds like. And for the bass, you just want to lower the lows, really lows here, about 34 hertz, so that it doesn't clash with the 808. And then you want to also remove the highs, because you don't need highs in the bass. And then we have a string from Xenology, which is the Lush Strings preset here. And this is just a really professional and really nice sounding string that you can get. This is how it sounds like. And then for the strings, you just want to lower the lows, lower the highs, brought this down so it doesn't clash with the glitter pad, and brought this up so it can shine through the mix. Okay, so I don't know why, but my phone just turned off, so yeah, let's go back to what I was saying. Basically, it's all about putting frequencies down so it doesn't clash with anything, and put other frequencies up so it can shine through the mix. And then we have a vocal from splice. For the vocal, what you want to do is add a Pro Q on the lo-fi band pass radio preset. And if you don't have Pro Q4, you can also use parametric EQ. And you want to use the preset here. Click there and use the radio preset. Then you want to add some reverb, mix to about 30. Decay, you want to lower it down. The decay is going to be the tail of the sound. So if it has too much tail, it's going to clash with other things. You don't want it to be too much, but you also don't want it to be not enough. Then you want to build the low cut, so there's no low frequencies in the reverb. And then you just want to build this stereo here a little bit up, so you have a nice stereo environment, and also it distances itself from other elements and doesn't clash with anything. This is how the vocal sounds like. And with that vocal, I used to use a cinematic ambience here from Splice 2. And for this one, just want to use the same preset, lo-fi band pass radio. This is how it sounds like. So just to create a nice ambience, there's nothing more to it. And then I also added a bell, which you can find inside of my Lost Files drum kit. Again, it is not finished, it is not done yet. So here's the big bell here preset. And really simply, you just want to, I don't know, you just want to experiment with it, bro. Legit, I don't know how to explain this. The only thing I can explain is like this. You want to use, so I don't know if you know this about this, but basically, I don't know if you know about this, but basically you want to go here and you want to change the envelope to this. All of them down besides the hold, you want to put it to max. It's gonna stop when the note is not playing. And with that, what you can do is a stutter effect, and you just want to place the note like this, you see, and then brought the volumes down. So to do this with your mouse, you want to right click and brought this down like this. So as you can see, that's normal. You want to right click and brought this down like that, and then you just have to add some effects. Here I have the FX laser, and there's also this chimes, and then a downer effect, and then the riser digital. All of those things are in my kit, guys, and that's how it all sounds like together. Okay, so we're good. That was all the melodic elements. Now we're gonna go to the drums. You can find all the drums inside of my Lost Files multi-kit, guys. Stay tuned for this shit, 4th of August. So this is the snare, and for the snare, especially in Detroit type beat, what you want to do is instead of playing it on the C5, so C5, usually when you take any drums from your browser here, so really any drums, anything, it's gonna be linked, those things, they're gonna be linked to C5. So the note here that I'm playing is C5 anyways. When I drag this into the sampler, this is gonna be playing C5. So what I did, instead of playing it on the C5 for Detroit type beats, sometimes you want to brought it up 1 octave and play it on C6 like this. This is how it sounds like. And as you can see, I just want to create some rhythm, usually playing it on the 3rd step, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd step. For the hi-hats, what you want to do is you want to brought it up 1 octave and play it on C6 like this. Is do a really basic 2-step pattern, so playing it on the 1st step and then on the 3rd step, and just add some rhythm. As you can see here, rhythm. As you can see there, roll. To do a roll, let me show you real quickly. Just take your note. Usually you want to have a 2-step note like this or a 4-step note like this. Click on Alt and A, and then just want to play with the time mole here, and then just want to play with the velocity, play with the pitch too of the notes. This is how the hi-hat sounds like. Then you have an open hat here, same thing, you're going to find it inside of my Lost Files drum kit. This is how it sounds like. As you can see, really simple. Then you have another open hat. This is how it sounds like. So as you can see, it's a faster open hat and it still sounds good. You have another one. This one is mixed with a triangle. This is how it sounds like. As you can see, playing really quickly. And then another one, which is just a really basic one again. As you can see, they're all different and they all play at certain moment. Then you have the bass here. The thing you want to do with the 808 is go when you're in your sampler here. That's the thing that I usually do, is I click here You want to click here and boost it a little bit, about 11, depending on what type of beats you're making. You want to boost it more or boost it less. And also with the envelope, volume envelope here, you want to put the whole to 100% and everything down to 0, so that when there's a pause or where the bass is not playing, the sample stops playing. Usually it's going to keep going and it's not going to stop. But here, if you have the envelope and hold at 100%, it's going to stop. This is how the 808 sounds like. This part is really simple and you can copy it. Basically, what you want to do is first step, so here, first step, then fourth step, then you got to go to the other bar and you want to play it on the second and halfway in the third, here like this. This is a really basic pattern. This one, then you can hear it in other type of beats and in other Detroit type beats, but usually you want to play and experiment with the rhythm. Don't experiment too much, don't overcook. Make sure that the cook is well and that it's simple, that it's good for the artist to be rapping on it. If it's too complicated, usually the rapper is not going to choose your beat. We have another 808 playing, and this is a CTM. A CTM is a bass with higher frequencies. This is how the CTM sounds like. So as you can see, playing here and playing there when there's a pause with the other 808. This is how they sound together. You can see really nice one. Then we just have the perks. So here's a hi-hat that I use for perks because it sounds weird. I mean it sounds really weird for a hi-hat, but I mean it's good. And for this one, again, as I told you, you want to play the rolls. So basically it's a really big roll and you just want to play with the velocity. So right click, boom, you drag it down here. And then we have a chant. Still don't fucking know after three fucking tutorial, I still don't know how you pronounce that shit. So I'm gonna say that it's called a chant. You know what? I'm gonna say that it's chant. So yeah, here we have a chant. This is how it sounds like. Playing on the second step, really simple. And then we have a, I don't know how you say this. I don't know. It's a shimmer. It's a high frequency perk basically. Oh no, I know it's a, oh shit, I know, it's a tambourine. It's called the tambourine. So yeah, once you have tambourine, you also had other perks again. This is a zap, for example. It's a laser basically. One of the greatest thing I've heard and one of the most repetitive thing I've heard inside of Detroit type beats is a clave. This clave sounds like this. As you can see, it's really nice and also plays one left, one right. So you want to go into control here, note pan, and just want to put it about here. So this is how all the drums sounds together. Ooh, that's some real fire, bro.
Sensational.
So with the bass, any bass that I'm using, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compress it so it doesn't saturate with the other elements, also so it doesn't go above a certain amount of decibels. And also add a camel crush on the British clean preset. This is a free plugin, you can get a really nice one. Then you want to add a kickstart effect on your melodies. So to do this, you want to take one empty, let's take one empty insert, this one. Let's take it here, right click, dock to right, so it docks to the right, or you can also dock it to the left, so yeah, like this. And then you want to take all the melodic elements there, like this, and you want to click here and hit route to this track only. So once you have all your elements like this and you route them down here, you can add any plugin to it. And what I used is a kickstart effect. Kickstart is basically going to lower the volume of what is playing, then it's going to quickly put it back up to normal. So you can see like this. Why did I add a kickstart effect? Because with that kickstart, anything that is not playing perfectly on the grid is going to now be synced with the BPM and the tempo. For example, the glitter pad was not really on the tempo, and now it's going to be perfectly synced to the tempo because it's going to lower its volume and it's going to go back up. Then for my master, just a camel crusher on the sort of master preset, and you want to disable distortion. And for the mix, what you want to do is compress it, add a limiter like this, and just brought the saturation down, and we're done.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Okay, so I hope that this tutorial was useful, guys. Don't forget that every melodic elements, every drums are going to be available inside of my Lost Files drum kit. 4th of August, guys. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned also next week. There's gonna be a lot of surprises, guys. I love you. I love everyone, and especially Jesus. I love you guys. May God bless you, and I hope that you're gonna have a really good day. And I mean, you already know. Peace out.